gun violence. I'm curious what form that would take. Are we talking about some type of a ban on assault weapons? And, I don't need to tell you that across the aisle you're facing some people who feel strongly about the Second Amendment. So how do you think?
I feel strongly about the Second Amendment. I support the Second Amendment of our Constitution, as I do all the other amendments to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So that's not really the issue in my view. Senator Shirley Smith out of Cleveland is putting together a bill that is comprehensive in terms of our thoughts and thoughts of some of members of our caucus with respect to guns. I'm very excited about the legislation she's working on. She is asking gun groups such as the NRA and Buckeye Firearms, Buckeye Institute of Firearms, I don't want to mispronounce their name, to come to a meeting with her and to incorporate their ideas, listen to their ideas. And so that meeting hasn't occurred, but my understanding is it's supposed to happen in the next I'm looking at her age, next few weeks. And so she's working on that.
Well, what would that entail? Do you know any details?
Well, I think what she's doing is she's going to take ideas from a lot of different people and stakeholders, such as the two groups that I mentioned, which, quite frankly, I applaud her for that. I mean, that's taking a view of let's find a solution rather than let's just drop a bill that has my views on it or somebody's views on it without including people from the other side. So again, I'm excited about the legislation, and I'm really, I applaud her approach to it.
You've seen the reaction the NRA has given to the federal efforts.
Mm-hmm.
The president and others are pushing on gun control. Why do you believe that you'll have any success here in getting them to the table and to agree to any type of limitations?
Well, a couple of things, and limitations is not a word I use, but one, I'm optimistic. Two, we've seen a high degree of success, as I mentioned earlier, from this caucus tackling very tough issues. One example that I would point to is pension legislation. As you know, pension legislation has been kicked around this state house for what? 12, 20 years? Oh, yeah, Senator Sawyer. And nobody thought it could get done. This caucus was able to get it done. So,
why do I always get the old guy question?
No, you're a resource. You get the resource. So that's what I would say.
Your legislative priority sheet says placing limitations on assault weapons. Is that inaccurate, or will this bill place limitations on assault weapons?
Well, I'm not putting words in Senator Smith's mouth, right? So she's coming up with it, and so I'm going to let her tackle the specifics on the bill that she's going to create.
Can you talk about